Integrity to me simply means being honest, regardless of the situation, the circumstances, regardless of who and what is involved. That's my own definition of integrity. I am Oyeronke Suebat. I was born in Ede, Osun State, December 13, 1968. I had my elementary school there, primary and secondary. I went to Adventist Grammar School, Ede. I attended University College Hospital. That's where I studied as a medical laboratory scientist. Graduated 1990, proceeded to the north for my youth service. Worked in about 6 general hospitals in Lagos State before I moved to the college here. The course of my service with Lagos State government, at the time I was in charge of the blood transfusion service. I work at the blood bank for the screening and the bleeding of donor. And at the time we had a challenge of donors because we had to force the husband whose wife is pregnant and want to come for antenatal registration to give us blood. And just about the time of transition of Abacha, during the campaign of Abacha wanting to become a civilian head of state, a group of young men walked into the blood bank and said, "Madam, we're here on the mandate of the military, the president of the nation. That's all these donors we have." I had about 6 donors on the couch that day, and I happened to be the most senior person on ground. My chief med lab scientist in charge was not on ground. They came very early in the morning and said they've seen the medical director and they have the directive that I should come and do the voice background. That's all these donors, they are shedding blood on behalf of Abacha, but they are in support of Abacha becoming the civilian head of state. I told them that, but they are not here to donate for Abacha. They want to donate for their relatives and their wives. He said, "No, this is what he wants you to say, madam. There's something in it for you." The young man came with a box, a silver box. We had some money inside. And I told the man, I said, "No." He said, "Me, you want to walk away with this kind of money? For how long do you think this civil service will pay you?" I said, "Well, if civil service does not pay me, my honesty will pay me. I won't."
When she believes something is right, she goes for it. She's that sort of go-getter. And she is not fake, she's not partial. When things are done, when situations arises, she's always vying for, okay, no, it should go round. Not one, she's not a one-man. No, she goes for everybody. She puts her heart out for everybody.
Whenever Mrs. Izobo comes to mind, the word integrity comes to mind as well. So that, for me, that's the most prominent principle for which I and many other people remember and know her for. In 2010, while I was a student here, Mrs. Izobo then was the chief examiner of the college. And then there was a classmate of mine, his name was Chidubem. I would like not to mention his surname. And we were in an exam, I believe it was anatomy. And Chidubem was caught with a sketch of the diagram of the heart. A sketch, not a full diagram, just like having the love shape and the 4, parts of the heart. And Mrs. Izobo saw him with that diagram. And that was how the guy was rusticated from the college. Now, the truth is, if it were some other lecturers at that time, they could have overlooked it, but she was the chief examiner. And it meant that she had to enforce strict compliance to whatsoever examination rules, code of conduct that were applicable in the college at the time. That's an example.
I've always known her to be a multi-talented person. So she's not somebody who, she lives independently of whatever she's doing. So she's not afraid of losing her job because she always has so many things, going that keeps her, going on. So, but I want to also, what comes to my mind, there are things that we've experienced together. Like I'm a pastor, and then one will expect that the pastor's wife will always line up with the decision of, her husband, but my wife will never do that. When we got to, we got to a parish, and then found out that the administrative officer was stealing. And I said, oh, there's money short. And she said, no, see, you can't just spoil somebody's, career. You have to be sure that you're somebody. But I'm an accountant by profession. I'm a professional accountant. This money is short. She woke up very early in the morning, sat down, did the calculation herself, did about 4 and said, oh, it's true. Oh, this money is short. She's just that kind of person.
It's all about quality. When you talk about education, she stands for quality, and she also stands for integrity also. And not before I came, she was the pioneer of making the medical laboratory technician program become at par with other institutions in the country. In the beginning, the program was not accredited. She was the one in the forefront that took charge to make sure that the program was actually accredited, even before I got here. And since then, we make sure that the standard that was set here, Lagos lead and the other follows, like the saying goes. And when you talk about the programs that we have here, and even the medical lab technician program we have here, it's if not the best, it's one of the best in the country. And kudos goes to Ms. Suebat.
She doesn't even prove alone to be a good leader, but also a great listener.